Folks and friends and enemies, gamers, and
Jamers.
I was gonna say flamers, but that seems in poor taste. I don't know. I guess it depends on your perspective.
Welcome back to the only show on the internet that matters. It's Preston Camp.
It's been so long that I can't remember where anything is in this game.
It's been a while since I could sing a
we're back
song
after
good.
several weeks of not being here.
It has been several weeks of not being here because Preston abandoned me.
I did.
Left me to suffer in the coronavirus pandemic at this point. You could sense it on the breeze. I know that's why you left.
I have to park in the grass. I went to the store today to get food for dinner, and all the toilet paper was sold out. So it's coming. It's coming my way
soon.
Yeah, don't you worry about that.
What a weird response.
So we're finally recording in a way that is over the internet.
Hello, I'm still in Seattle. Preston is in Portland.
I am in Portland,
Final Fantasy
Oregon.
is on your computer.
That's right. And we haven't fully perfected this, which is why there is presumably no game audio. Maybe it's.
I was gonna say, should I be hearing game audio? Because I do not.
No, I don't know I don't know what the problem with the game audio is.
Okay.
Because I'm recording. I'm using Streamlabs to record rather than the normal capture software that came with the device.
Whoa.
But there's just piles and piles and piles of message boards of people who can't get the audio to work going through an OBS with this device. So it's something that I'm going to have to finagle, and I completely forgot about that until we started just right now. I'm just going to brighten this up on my computer a little bit, if that's okay.
Yeah, I think you should.
Because I can't see.
Ooh, I just turned up the amount that I hear my own voice back to me. Y'all are welcome that I bring this fucking instrument here every fucking episode. Damn. Listen to that. Listen to it.
So I've got my
Sorry, I got a little phlegmy.
I've got all of my capture everything is going through my computer now. The television is not even on.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah. So I've got a dual screen set up, and so I've got the OBS projector, which is what Taun, which is what you're seeing. Is the feed from the projector. That's on one full screen, so I have a full screen image of the game, and then I've got all my other stuff running off my laptop.
That's great. I love that for you.
Yeah, it's a good setup. I just, there's a lot of capacity for things to go wrong because it's just a little baby laptop. But as we go, I'm sure we can streamline this process a little bit. Okay, I'm going to...
Yeah, hopefully. I'm so paranoid that I'm not properly recording my audio right now and somehow going to fuck it up before it gets to you.
Oh, yeah, I hope that's not the case. We're going to rest. Hey, get some rest. All right, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to save, and we're going to get the... So we're doing Black Materia. I don't know if you are Huge Materia. Excuse me.
Huge Materia.
We're doing the Huge Materia missions.
Okay.
We got the Fort Condor one. That was the train adventure. You remember?
Mm-hmm. Who could forget? God, that was challenging.
Not Fort Condor. Fort Corel. No, it's not Corel. Jesus Christ. This is Fort Condor.
Have you played this game before? It's your first time.
And so this is going to be really easy. Basically, we're going to have to do a Fort Condor mission, like one of the mini games. But our objective is just all we have to do is defend the fort. It doesn't matter how. So the easiest way to do that is to just not place any pieces, let the army advance to the base, and then fight their commander in real battle. And it's the same throwaway fight that it has always been. So it'll be super, super easy.
I love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
And what are we getting the big materia for? Sorry, it's been extra long since we last played.
It's all good. I can't remember. Shinra's after it.
Okay.
And
I hate those guys.
Yeah, I can't remember what they're gonna do with it. It's got something to do with breaking through. So Sephiroth is holed up in the northern crater, the like Arctic,
where they filmed the thing.
Yeah, where they filmed the thing, and
okay.
And so there's like a force field around it.
Whoa, that's badass.
He's just like hanging out there, like drawing
just
power.
Fucking vibing.
Yeah, he's just drawing power from the planet, while Meteor is headed towards Earth, Gaia, right? So I think, if I remember correctly, I think what they want to do is collect as much huge materia as they can, and I think there's 4 pieces.
Okay.
And they're going to try and use that to break through, but we're trying to get it before they can.
Okay. And what is Sephiroth doing? Why is he gathering power?
Because he is trying to become a god. He's basically trying to like absorb all of the energy of the planet to become a god. And I think
so he can punch Meteor?
I think he summoned Meteor to damage the planet so much that like it would release all of its energy and Sephiroth could absorb it. And I hate that. And I think that's like where he's got himself like stationed in the north is like the most vulnerable part of the planet.
Gotcha.
So that's where he's going to maximize his energy. And I think the force field is just to like protect him from the blast of Meteor.
Okay.
Okay. This game is like notoriously poorly translated, so there's a lot of like plot elements that are kind of hard to discern.
It's kind of like, is that a poor translation or is that just bad writing? I don't know. Bit of both. Who could say?
Yeah. All right. So we're doing it. We out here doing it.
Out here doing it live at the Krispy Kreme
with no game audio, and it's a PlayStation game, so I have no way of knowing if it's going. There it is. Okay.
Or if it's frozen. I got you.
Yeah. I'm not gonna set any units. No, I don't want to.
So this tentacruel looking ass space we're at.
Yeah, it's the Phoenix up there.
What's up, bud?
Yeah, he's just.
What's up, hotshot? Start that
yes.
shit.
There we go. Start combat. So we're just gonna let this play out. We placed a guy by accident.
Rough.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah. So Taun.
Me.
Did you play the demo?
No.
The Final Fantasy demo?
No. I think I decided that.
You know,
I'm going to end up playing the game anyway.
We have this conversation so many times. You do have a PS4, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Then what the fuck is wrong with you?
No, I for some reason I never remember if you have a PS4 or not. I'm sorry to have interrupted you. Go on, please.
Yeah, no, it's cool. You were talking about you, and the question was yourself. Or who'd you ask? I can't even remember. It was so long ago now. No, I didn't, because I initially did not download the Final Fantasy gameplay demo because I anticipated that I would just buy that game on release, and I didn't really want to play through the same section twice. But now I'm feeling less convinced that I'm going to buy it twice. Wait, no, that I'm going to end up buying it. Because I realized I kind of want to know more about their release plan, because I don't really want to buy Final Fantasy VII Remake 4 times so I can get the entire game. I kind of want to wait until the game releases, figure out if it's good, if it's worth the full cost of a game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's such a subjective thing to say, but I don't really want to spend $60 on this game, realize it's only 2 hours, and I'm going to have to wait 4 years for the next part to come out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm hoping that it's, whatever, 10, 12 hours, and I can do that to keep myself entertained for, a couple months maybe. More than 10 or 12 hours. I guess maybe like a 20, 30-hour experience. Keep myself entertained with that for a couple months, and then hopefully not have to wait 2 years for the next part to come out.
Do you think that they'll be more motivated to push them out quicker if more people buy the game?
Tough to say. I don't know how they operate.
Maybe they're just waiting to see what Taun does.
They don't have me on the advisory board over at Square Enix, despite all of my despite all the applications and me stomping my fist at the front door of Square Enix.
Despite all the letters I've written.
Yeah, it's really upsetting. No response, by the way, so.
Oh, wow.
Square Enix, if you're listening, get at me. I would love to tell you how to run your business.
At DNG.
I mean,
Sorry,
I anticipate if it...
I keep brushing the microphone of my headset against the microphone of my microphone.
Fucking nerd.
I'm sorry if it's making a lot of noise.
It's
to
a
both
little
you,
rattle
Taun,
here and there.
and also the listener.
I mean, obviously, if it sells well, I anticipate that they'd want to get the games out.
Yeah.
Quickly-ish, but also I don't think my purchase is what's gonna tip it over the edge of selling okay to selling great.
I imagine they have. I mean, there's so much hype around this. I can't imagine that they're gonna release one, and if it doesn't sell, 50 million on the first day, that they're just gonna be like, maybe just forget the rest of it.
And I mean, Capcom's doing the Resident Evil remakes right now.
Yeah.
And while they were developing, two released. And while they were working on that, a separate team was already working on Resident Evil 3 remake.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if Final Fantasy is doing the same thing. Like, maybe they have a second team already working on part 2 for the past, 6 months. So it will release in, a year after this one.
That'd be interesting. Don't you think that there would be big differences if they had two different teams working on what is essentially the same game?
Depends how they decide to structure it. There's a cat in here playing with a toy, so I'm sorry if there's some cajunkling happening.
I can't hear it.
I mean, it depends on how they run the team. If it's one big team but it's broken up into 2 parts, it's probably fine. I doubt it's 2 completely separate teams that aren't talking to each other. And I'm sure there's a lot of overlap between the 2 teams. If this is what's happening, I'd imagine, the same people make some of the scenarios for part 1 and then go over and start writing scenarios for part 2 while everyone else models characters or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I mostly just don't want to buy Final Fantasy VII 4 separate times over the next 8 years.
Yeah, sure.
To finally get to the end of the story and be like, oh yeah, this was fine. I'm glad I went through all that effort.
Yeah. I'm still debating it, and all that stuff that you just said makes a lot of sense. My really, if I'm being honest, my big concern is that it's a AAA game at all, and do I want to buy it upon release and risk how buggy it's probably going to be? The demo plays totally clean. Based on the demo alone, I'm 100% confident.
You're fucking there.
Yeah, totally. But it's like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to pre-order it.
Yeah.
I'm more likely
to wait.
I'm
probably
a month or 2.
Either. I mean, I'm in a weak financial state right now, so I don't necessarily want to spend that money. But I'll probably pick it up once I feel like I can spare $60.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's by no means the next game I'm buying, but it's for sure on my radar.
Yeah. And
I'm sure I'll fucking love it. For everything I've heard about the combat sounds like they really cleaned up the combat from 15 to be a little bit more engaging.
Yeah.
But it's still going to be the 10% disappointing to me because it's not quite a character action game. There aren't combos the way there are in Bayonetta or Devil May Cry.
Right.
And so I always wish that they'd go deeper that way with the combat, but I get why they haven't.
Yeah.
Whoa. What just happened?
Rip.
Oh. Rip. Got him.
What?
And it sounds like the prevailing theory right now is that they'll end up releasing 3 installments with 4 characters in the first one, and then adding 3 characters, and then adding 3 for the third. But I don't think Square Enix has come right out and said that yet, or even that there's likely leaks from Square Enix saying that. I think that's just kind of what the guess is for a lot of people.
Well, that makes sense. Dropping some frames here.
Whoa.
Yeah. So the Phoenix, and I got Phoenix Materia off of it.
Grats.
Yeah. Thanks. I had a baby. And then the baby
I had a baby. Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. So all right. So we won that. So we just have to collect our Huge Materia from someone. It's a little bit hard to see because I've got the screen blown up so much on my computer.
Oh yeah, I'm running this full screen right now. It's a little bit
it's
barfy.
It's clunky. It's a little.
Yeah, buddy.
A little low res. Everyone, thanks. I really mean it. Thanks.
No, sincerely, thank you. This is my sincere voice. I'm saying thank you.
It's the materia inside the reactor.
Do you just play as Cloud and Barrett in the demo?
Yes.
I hear that they didn't do much to clean up the presentation of Barrett. They still reads like a 90s stereotype.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, my biggest criticism probably is the dialogue and also the voice acting is pretty like video gamey. And I had that at first. I mean, like Cloud just sounds like your typical like kind of Ed Lorgy.
Ed Lorge?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Edward Lorge. You wouldn't understand the pain I go through.
Yeah, like you imagine Cloud's voice, and that's what he sounds like, you know.
Okay.
But unfortunately, like imagine Barrett's voice, and that's what he sounds like. Also, like it's very like Eddie Murphy, like minstrelly kind of voice. Like, we're about to go and save the planet and all this stuff. And his voice,
fuck.
I mean, the voice is a lot deeper, so it sounds a little bit more badass, but it's like gravelly and like, yeah, very. It doesn't sound
challenging.
It doesn't sound like that person's real voice. You know what I mean?
It doesn't sound like a real human.
It sounds
like a cartoon
like
character.
You've heard people who have a voice like that, and that's fine. But like, it sounds like someone who's deliberately doing a Barrett voice.
Oh jeez.
And it's just a little bit. It's a little bit on the cartoony side for me. I would have loved. I always imagined Ice Cube as Barrett. When I was a kid, I used to like cast.
That'd be a good cast.
Like fantasy cast a Final Fantasy VII movie, and Ice Cube was always my Barrett.
Whoa, who was your Cloud?
I don't know if I got that far.
Eminem? You didn't get to the main fucking character of the goddamn thing?
No, because I was bored by. I can't remember honestly. That was the only one that I really remember is Barrett. I don't know if I could decide on any of those. I think that was it. I think I was like, man, who would be in the movie? Ice Cube is Barrett, and
anyway, let's go play football.
Yeah, I'm bored of this. And I would like get preoccupied by a spreadsheet or something. All right, we're gonna
much rather
again.
Be playing in a spreadsheet right now.
Yeah.
I heard the best insult. I was watching Overwatch League like a week or so ago. And one team was just getting fucking stomped, and one of the commentators said, "Geez, look at this team out here. They just keep running out here just to get beat. They'd probably be having more fun making lightsaber sounds and working in a spreadsheet right now." No, that's all I can think about is telling someone to go make lightsaber sounds and play in a spreadsheet.
That's great. Cool. So, I have good news and bad news.
What's the news is?
The good news is I want Kate Sith in my party.
Okay.
The bad news is someone has to leave.
God, that whole time I thought you were going to tell me that it didn't record, that your house was on fire, something. Kate Sith needs to be in the party.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't need to be, but I want him to be.
You want him.
Sid has to stay.
Kick Barrett. That's fine.
You got it. We got
because Vincent also has to stay.
Yeah, of course he does. Did I do Kate Sith Materia? Nope. What a chump.
Rip. Should we do that Twixt episodes?
Oh, yeah, let's do that. That's
Welcome
great.
our friends to join us again on the next thrilling installment of Preston Can't Play.
Please do that.
Will Preston figure out how to equip materia to Cat Sheath, I've recently heard that name pronounced as? Or will we accidentally delete our save?
Sorry, Sheath? Like sheath a sword?
Cat Sheath. Cat Sheath?
I remember seeing it spelled out. I've never heard anyone like pronounce it in the proper Gaelic, but I've seen it like phonetically spelled as cat, like sit.
I forget. I don't know, man. This was on a podcast like 3 or 4 days ago, and I was making fun of them in my head the whole time.
Yeah. Well, you were right to do that. All right. Well, we'll catch you all on the next episode. Bye.
Later, skaters.